If you want that, or whichever one. Fair enough. So the only thing on this is be very, very cautious of the battery because it's been real touchy today. And if it comes off, it'll cut out the camera. If it does, just push the battery back up and turn it back on. Your zoom is up here, right? And so pan out when they're through center ice, and when they're on the end, try to get it zoomed in or out enough so you got most of the zone in the frame, and that's about it. And, well, no, because they're so close. Yeah. So you're going to zoom in just a little bit when it's down here or down there, but not much. Test, test, test. What's that? Tyler? Did you say Tide Pod? Did you say Tide Pods? Like the laundry detergent? Okay. All right, looks like we got at least 4 people now watching. Tried a new mic out today. Throw it in the comments. Let me know how it sounds. If it sounds better, if it sounds worse, if you can hear it at all, let me know. We are here getting ready for today's game against the Fox Motors, whatever they are. I think they just go Fox Motor Blue. Special shout out to Phil and his friends. He's on a boys' weekend with his buddies instead of here watching his kid. They're out having beers and having fun while we're at the rink. Phil texted me, said the new mic sounds good. Makes me feel good about that. Fox is on the ice, and now here come the KWings. Home crowd with a big chair to welcome the home KWings onto the ice. Not a big away crowd right now. Maybe the away parents were going to come in at the last second. They did have a very swanky Mercedes van outside, so they may be outside partying. Maybe they have their own live feed, and they're just going to sit out there and drink and watch it. As of right now, the away stands consist of 2 people. And here comes Brady Miney, a little bit late, as he forgot his jersey at home. And Brady's mom, Audrey, had to go run back and get it real fast. But she made it back in time. Brady's on the ice. Looks like Ari Wilkins is a little late getting on the ice as well, but he's here too, all in red, looking like a traitorous Red Wing player. K-Wings will be in their home white. Fox Motors will be in the away red. Minute and a half left in warm-ups. We should be underway momentarily. KWings, of course, coming off a big weekend last weekend. 2 wins last weekend. One of them was a shutout win, 2-0 over Lakeshore. The other one was a 10-2 blowout. I keep getting told I'm bad at pronouncing people's names. If I say your kid's name wrong, put it in the comments. Kristen McGoran is with me today working the camera. Everybody give a special shout out and thanks to Kristen. My normal cameraman Phil is out having fun. And my alternate Matt is working the music in time today. So we're going to our third alternate. The buzzer sounds to end the warm-up period. And the Fox Motor fans are starting to scream, man. One of them is double fisting beers. That's my type of guy, my type of hockey dad right there. The team breaks now and head to center ice. At least Fox Motors does. KWings head to the bench to get a little last bit of motivation from their coach. Now the KWings head out. Brady Miney's going to be our starting goalie. It looks like we have Austin Hook is going to take the opening faceoff for the KWings. Puck is dropped, won by Fox Motors. They win it back and play it forward smartly and quickly through the neutral zone, but it goes up too far. Down to the KWings zone, but controlled by the KWings. Tripped up, nice pass, not controlled by Noah. Noah has lost the puck, and it was chipped in back into the KWings zone, but offsides. Face-off will be in the neutral zone on the KWings blue line to the goalie's left. Face-off won again by the Fox Motors. They're 2-0 early on the face-offs. Fox Motors chips it up, gains the K-Wing zone. They're skating. He's on the boards, looking, shoots now, and it is blocked by Drake Mormon. Drake controls now behind the goal, but he is fought on hard. Picked up now by another K-Wings player who's looking to exit zone. He's skating, tips it up to Noah, but Noah is not there to control it. It goes deep all the way down, waved off, no icing on that one. Play continues. Play now in the Fox Motors zone. But it is picked up and controlled by Fox Motors momentarily, but turned back over to the K-Wings. K-Wings tip it into the zone. Noah Chavez now picked the puck up and quickly lost it. Puck is loose in there, fighting forward along the boards and is chipped towards the slot, but nobody but a K-Wing defender was there. Who tries to chip it out, but cannot clear. Noah Chavez picks it up, fires it behind the net. Puck is loose, picked up. Oh, that was a smart play. That was picked up by Brenton Booge. I always get his name wrong. But the puck is turned over now. And a Fox Motors player was off to the races, but turned off. Puck is going back the other way. Hard shot by Caden Taylor. Caden Taylor getting the zone and ripped one, but it went wide behind the goal. Puck is loose along the boards and fought on and won by Fox Motors, who's got a 2-on-1, now 3-on-1 rush against the K-Wings. Looks, but a very good defensive play by Jeremy Pinata to turn the puck over or turn the puck away and push it into the corner and stop a 3-on-1 rush. Puck was controlled by Ari Wilkins for a moment. Now again, chipped up out through the neutral zone, but picked up by the Fox Motors. Fox Motors looks up ice, turns it through the neutral zone, gains the K-Wing zone. Challenge there by Ari Wilkins. Puck is passed over to the slot, the high slot, and lost. Another smart defensive play by Jeremy Piana. That puck got tipped on goal. Brady Miney was there. Puck was gloved by the KWings goaltender Brady Miney, and the faceoff will go to his left. Face-off won momentarily by the KWings, now controlled by the KWings. KWings are off to the races, looking to get out of the zone. They're through the neutral zone. That is Will McGarn with it. Will tips it on goal, and the goaltender knocks it wide into the corner where it's fought on. Controlled now by Fox Motors. Fox Motors is going to tip it up the ice, but it gets blocked by Josh Vanitson. Josh tips it back to the center, and a backhand try by Cooper Lester, but it does not connect, and it is blocked by a Fox Motor defender. Turn the other way now, and a Fox Motor attacker is on the loose. He tips it up to his helper, who puts one on goal. Brady Miney is there. The puck was loose, and a very good defensive play to pick it up and turn it the other way. I'm not sure who that was. Now it looks like a 66 Will McGarn. Puck is loose behind the net, fighting up the corner. KWings look to exit the zone. They tip it up, and they do. It's out to neutral zone where it's picked up by a Fox Motors player. Fox Motors turns and looks to gain back into the zone. Fires it up the board, and it is into the KWings zone where it's met by a KWings player and tipped back to the neutral ice. KWings regain control of the puck, gain the zone, and turn it right back over to Fox Motors, who tips it out into the neutral zone, controlled by Jeremy Von Etzen. Josh Von Etzen. Jeremy is Josh's dad. I do that all the time. They're both good hockey players, but I should be able to tell them apart, even though Jeremy is awfully short himself. We got a penalty coming up. I didn't see the call. It is against Fox Motors. It's going to go for a 2-minute minor. 2-minute power play is going to be for the KWings. This 2-minute power play is sponsored by whoever wants to bring me a Red Bull vodka. Neutral zone face-off was won by Fox Motors back into their own zone. The control now. And turn over to the KWings. KWings getting the zone. Oh, his high shot is blocked. That was number 5, Colin Klein. And he works right through, gets down to the goal, but it is covered. It's controlled and covered by the Fox Motors goalie. 9:24 left to go in the first. Ensuing power play faceoff is going to be to the Fox Motors goaltender's left. Evenly played so far, evenly matched. Colin Klein won the faceoff too. No, Travis, no, it loads up, but he couldn't pull the trigger. It looked like he was irritated. And now Fox Motors player is on a fast breakaway. He's alone with Brady Miney, who turns it to the side. Big play by Brady Miney to take away any shooting lane. I think the shooter shot it wide. I don't think Brady made that save on that, but he certainly came out and challenged him enough to push that shooter wide and turn that challenge away. Offside is now called on Fox Motors. The faceoff will be in the neutral zone on the KWings blue line to the goaltender's right. Faceoff's won by Fox Motors, and they dump it in, but it is picked up by Jeremy Pinata for the KWings, and he looks to exit the zone. He passes it up to an uncontested KWings player who was skated out of the zone. He is going through the neutral zone. We got a 3-on-3 developing. He's looking. Shoots, puts it on goal. Puck is loose on the goal crease. Well defended by Fox Motors and eventually controlled by the Fox goalie. Fox Motors goalie throws the puck. So the faceoff will be to the goaltender's right. Still 57 seconds left to go in this power play. KWings won that faceoff, and that resulted in a high shot that was gloved down by the Fox Motors goalie. We will try this again. Another power play faceoff coming to the goaltender's right. Faceoff was off by Devin Purcell that time. Fox Motors skates it out of zone, but Devin Purcell himself picks it back up on the neutral point, turns it back into their zone, and he's looking. Ari Wilkins is there on the help, but can't get to the puck. Controlled momentarily by Fox Motors, but the big body of Ari Wilkins gets him off the puck. And James is on a goal by the KWings. Ari Wilkins blasted up the boards to force the turnover. He got the puck low in the corner, and he tipped it up to a center KWings player. But it looks like they're waving it off now on a hooking call against the KWings. No goal, I believe, is the call. Face-off is coming out to the neutral zone. Nobody on the KWings went to the box, so maybe they didn't call it. It looked like a hook to me, but maybe they called it was played off a high stick. I didn't see anywhere where that could have been called. I think the Fox Motors team got away with one there. This game should be 1-0, but instead it's 0-0. 31 seconds left. KWings win the faceoff and controlled end zone. Will McGurran has it. He is taken down. No call on that one, though. The play continues. Puck is loose, and it is out of the neutral zone. They're calling it was tipped by a KWings player, so it'll go down with no icing. Puck is behind the KWings blue, and it is picked up by Renner. Wins it chips up the corner, but it is turned over there to a Fox Motors player. Fox Motors turns it up to their defenseman on the point and chips it back up the boards. Controlled low and chipped down back behind the goal. Fox Motors player controls behind the goal. He's looking to set it up, but there is nothing there, and it is turned over to a waiting KWings player. Alex Cannon now skates the dial zone, makes a nice move to get around one player, but can't get around two. The puck is loose down behind the net. Alex Cannon on the big pinch all the way down behind the goal, now fighting for the loose puck. Puck comes out to the corner, picked up there by a KWings player, but he is challenged immediately and turned over to Fox Motors. Fox Motors now controls, tries to exit, and they do. The puck is going to go down into the neutral zone. They got one attacker coming fast. KWings pick it up and turn it up ice. Now to the neutral zone. What a move there, but he can't get around the second player. Turns it over, but gets it right back to KWings control. Nice pass up to number 4. That is Cooper Lester. Alex Cannon moved around one player and made a great pass all the way through the neutral zone to get Cooper Lester so they can gain the zone. Nothing came with that attack, and it is turned back over to Fox Motors, who looks to exit the zone now. But Alex Cannon's there to answer. Kept it in momentarily, but it's out down to the neutral zone. Passes over to Cooper Lester. Lester gains the zone. Looking. He's looking to shoot, and he does. Turned aside by the Fox Motors goalie. Fox controls the puck now, chips it up along the board, turned over to the KWings. KWings control through the neutral zone. Turn over to Chavez Wilson. No, Chavez ripped the shot, but it was blocked. Puck is controlled now by the Fox Motors team. Fox Motors is skate down the zone, chips it up ice, turned over to the KWings player, just right around their own blue line, but they turned it right back over in the neutral zone to Fox Motors. And now a turnover, and that is going to be Colin Klein, goes in alone, but no, they called something. Did they call offsides? There's no way that was offsides. We got a goalie change now on the KWings side. Brady Miney is off, and Tyler Pod is in. Face-off's won by Fox Motors, who looks to tip it out of their zone and do, but they tip it right to a KWings player who dumps it right back into their zone. Fox Motors retreats and looks to get it out of their zone, chips it up the board, turns it back over to a KWings player, fighting to keep it in, and they do. The puck is loose again along the boards, fighting. Oh, and finally the puck comes loose and it's controlled by a KWings player. It was shot across the slot, but nobody was there. Turned over now to the Fox Motors. Fox Motors looks to exit the zone, chips it along the boards. And they got a 2-on-1 now, a 2-on-2, now 2-on-3 rush, and it is turned over harmlessly to a KWing defender. The KWing defender skating up the zone. That looks to be number 10, Drake Norman. Drake Norman has got wheels, and he's looking to shoot and does. Save made by the Fox Motors goaltender. Turned back in real quickly by Benton Bowes. Benton could not find the back of the net, though. Tina Faree says, wow. Face-off will be in the Fox Motors zone to the goalie's left, and it is one right on goal. That puck is loose. And a shot turned wide. It's loose and finally controlled by the Fox Motors player. That was Devin Purcell on that draw. Instead of trying to win it to one of his wingers, decided to put it right on goal. And that caught that goalie off guard and almost found the back of the net. Face-off now will be to the goalie's right. Devin Purcell in the face-off again. I don't know if his backhand's as strong as that forehand was, so I'm assuming he's going to try to draw it back to his defenseman. But we'll see if he's got more tricks up his sleeve. Stoppage of play now as the refs are trying to explain something to the Fox Motors coach. Everybody seems to be in agreement now. Except the refs now are telling the scorekeeper something, so maybe not. Maybe they're deciding where they're going to go get dinner after the game is over. A couple of them must be vegetarians as long as this conversation is taken. All right, it looks like everybody's on the same sheet of music now, and we're looking to take this face off. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe there's more discussion to be had. And now it looks like we're finally got it sorted, and we're going to take this face off. Devin Purcell on the draw, and he wins it, and he does go back to his defenseman. Oh, that was blocked. That was a nice thought. It was back to Alex Cannon, but I got there too late. And by the time he tried to take the shot, there was a defender on him, and the shot was blocked by his leg pads. Puck is loose in the corner now and fought on. Chipped up the boards, controlled momentarily by the KWings. Oh, come on with that whistle, ref. Well, there was a whistle, but they didn't stop play. So now they're going to keep going. It looked initially like the ref thought that puck had touched somebody on the wall, and they stopped the play, but they're going to go. They let play continue. Fox Motors controls now. Looks to exit the zone. Nice forward check there by number 13, Devin Purcell. Whistle on something now. I believe the puck went up into the net to stop play. No, it's not. There's a penalty coming up. I'm not sure what the penalty is. KWings player will have a penalty called on him. It looks like it was Devin Purcell is going to call for something. Almost looked like an interference call. I'm not sure what that call was. Power play opportunity now for Fox Motors. Fox Motors wins the faceoff and chips it into the zone. They're racing for it now into the corner where it is stick behind the net and picked up by the KWings. KWings could put up the board. He's looking to clear it. Touches the toe drag it. Should have played it up the board and got it out of the zone, but he did not. Puck is loose along the boards now, still in the KWing zone. They're fighting for it. Can't see what's going on from this angle. It comes out now, and Fox Motors has it, and he shot it, but it was high and wide of the net. Puck is tipped loose by a K-Wing defender now, and they try to push it up the boards, but it's not going to be hard or far enough. Controlled still by Fox Motors, who wraps it around the back of the net. Not a lot of pressure from the K-Wings defenders on this power or penalty kill. Puck is tipped along the boards where it's loose. K-Wings look to get it out, chips it up to the neutral zone, and it is out. That is Cooper Lester in pursuit, but it's going to go all the way down to the goaltender, who's going to wisely cover. Phil McGurn said the play was way offside. Maybe the one that I said wasn't. I haven't checked my text recently. Phil, if you want to get my attention earlier, put it in the comments. I got the feed up in front of me. Faceoff is won momentarily by the K-Wings and now controlled. Tip back up the boards. K-Wings look to put it on net, but they put it behind the net. Puck is loose down into the corner. 3 K-Wings retreat back to defend, as is a good decision when you're on a penalty kill. Fox Motors tries to exit, but they cannot. Bennett Booz is into the zone now. I'm going to get yelled at for mispronouncing his name, but he gains the zone and he fights for a loose puck along the boards. It is eventually turned over to the K-Wings, but that was a nice way to kill off about 20 good seconds on this penalty. Turned back over by Benton in the neutral zone. Benton is having a great penalty kill right now. Looking to get it out. Josh Vanetson gets it out, and it is to the neutral zone where he tries to push it up the boards but cannot get past. Back in the K-Wing zones, but controlled by the K-Wings. They look to chip it out, and they do. Benton Bowes is all alone, and he does not get it through the neutral zone. He was able to chip it momentarily into the Fox Motors zone, but it's back out already and through the neutral zone. Fox Motors gains the K-Wing zone, and he's looking for a rush in an angle, but it is not there. Well defended by Alex Cannon. Alex Cannon's having a great night on defense tonight, turning away a lot of opportunities. Cannon now is looking for the loose puck, but it is picked up by Chavez. Chavez goes and chips it up the ice, and he goes back behind the net. picked up behind the net by Purcell. Purcell looks, wraps it around. Chavez had it momentarily, but he lost it. Picked back up by KWings player, put in on net, where it is harmlessly gloved by the Fox goaltender who held on to it. Faceoff should be coming to Fox Motors goaltender's right. 1:57 left to go in the first. This game is 0-0. The KWings probably hold a small advantage on shots on goal, but this has still been a pretty evenly played period. Shot from the point is blocked there, and now it is going to be picked up by number 17 on Fox Motors, and he went in alone, but he got caught from behind, and the puck is now turned back over to the KWings, loose down to the corner. They look to chip it up the ice, but it goes to a Fox Motors defender at the point. The Fox Motors defender sticks it back in, but it is nicked away by a K-Wing defender. Puck is picked up now by the K-Wings, and he looks to chip it up the ice and get it out into the neutral zone where it does, but he doesn't get very far before it's turned back over to a Fox Motor player who comes in, makes one nice move, looking for a shot, looking, retreats now, looking for help, turns it back in and shoots it. Tyler Pott is there for the save. I'm going to get yelled at for that one, too, because it's Taylor Pod, not Tyler Pod. Everybody out there, I'm sorry if I'm destroying your kids' names. I love them still. Just not enough to learn their names. End zone faceoff will now be to Taylor's left. Won by Fox Motors. Oh, but an errant pass puts it back out in the neutral zone. Fox tipped it back in, but they had not fully retreated out of the zone yet. It will go in offsides. Neutral zone faceoff on the K-Wings blue line, coming up to the goaltender's left. Face-off won by the K-Wings, and they chip it up the boards and try to get through the neutral zone and gain Fox Motor zone, and now they do. Looking for the pass, looking. They couldn't get very deep, and they turned it over there to the Fox Motor defender, who tries to get it out, but held in well by a K-Wings defender before it is turned back over to Fox Motors, who exits the zone through the neutral zone into the K-Wings zone. They chipped the puck all the way down to the corner, picked up by a K-Wings defender, number 11, Wimsett. Renner Wimsett. Comes and chips it up to, I believe that is Josh. Josh chips it up the boards out to neutral zone where Fox Motors regains it and they retreat to reset. Fox tried to chip it back through the neutral zone, but it is met by Will McGar, and Will gets his own, pushes it across. Nobody is there. Puck is loose into the corner. Puck is still loose in the corner, but there's nothing but red jerseys around it. Fox Motors picks the puck up, chips it out. Nobody's there. Is going to go to all the way back to the neutral zone. Josh Bennetson picks the puck up, and he retreats back to the defensive zone. Tries to set up an exiting play, but turns it over to a K-Wings, turn it over to a Fox player. Turn it right back over to the K-Wings. Oh, and a momentary rush, but that was by Austin Hook, who blew a tire as soon as it got across center ice. That buzzer does not mean it's super extra fun time, everybody. That means it is the end of the first period. We are not at 0. This has been a very evenly matched game so far. Maybe a slight advantage to the K-Wings. Looks like we got 16 viewers right now. I believe that's the most I've at least seen at one time. Make sure to subscribe so I can start monetizing this. You guys would love to see some ads coming across the screen. I know it. Brady Miney is going to be back in net for the K-Wings to start the second period. That's going to be Colin Klein is going to take the initial face-off for the second period. Refs check to make sure the goaltenders are set, and then the scorekeepers. Puck is dropped, won by the K-Wings. Back to the defenseman. He skates it up the ice, pushing up the boards, gains the Fox Motors zone, chips it loose in the zone where it's met by Fox Motors player, almost turned over. Fox Motors exits the zone. They do not have numbers on their side, though. This one's not going to go very long, I don't think, but a nice pass. And the Fox Motors player curls into a good shooting position and lets a long shot go on Brady Miney, but Brady is there for the answer. He puts it in the corners. Turned over to the KWings now. KWings are pushing it up the boards, looking to get through the neutral zone. Full speed now goes Jeremy Pianta. He is on a good pinch. Dumps it in behind the goal and retreats back up to the point. Puck is turned over to Fox Motors. Fox Motors is coming out of the zone. He looks to gain. He's going to skate it in himself to gain the K-Wing zone. Looking at the shot. He's going to shoot. Brady Miney is there with the good save. Noah Chavez controls now. Passes it up through the neutral zone. To Benton. Benton gains his own. Tries to rip one. He puts one back to Noah. Noah tried to shoot, but it was sticked away by a Fox Motors defender. Puck is loose now along the boards. Noah Chavez fights for it, but cannot gain it. Fox Motors controls the puck now and now is out of the zone. The Fox Motor players gain the zone, pushes it from a long shot on Brady. Almost fooled him. Brady got his stick on the puck at the last minute to push it back behind the net. I don't know if that puck was bouncing or curling or what, but that one almost surprised the K-Wings goaltender. Puck is loose now and pushed back behind the boards to push back over to the K-Wings player in the slot. He exits or looks to exit. It does now. Gets up to the neutral zone. Momentarily, it looked like the K-Wings were going to have an on-man rush, but they could not control through the neutral zone and turned it over. But it is into the Fox Motor zone still, where the puck is fought along the boards and back behind the goal. Picked up now by a Fox Motors player who looks to exit. Looking. He's going to skate it out himself. The K-Wings defender has fallen over, so he might have advantage, but he turns it over and back into the zone. That is Devin Purcell on the turnover and comes in and shoots it, but he sailed it high. It's a very heads-up play by Devin Purcell to force a neutral zone turnover. Come in, and Purcell's got it again. He chips it up to Ari Wilkins. Ari, blast one! Oh, and it is saved somehow and doesn't find the back of the net. Somehow that ends up in the goaltender's glove. I think that goaltender was just as surprised he had it as anybody else was on the ice. There was some celebration on the home side of the stand. No goals to call. Amazing, desperate save. Great setup by Devin Purcell over to Ari Wilkins, who blasted a hard shot, but it does not find the back of the net. Devin Purcell wins the faceoff. Now back to his defenseman. He looks to set up something. Dumps it in. Gloved again by the Fox Motors goalie. Faceoff will come back to the Fox Motors goalie's right side. Faceoff is won by the K-Wings. K-Wings tried to dump it in, but it's controlled by Fox Motors. Fox Motors looks to chip it out, and they do. They're through the neutral zone now. Trying to skate through and into the K-Wings zone, and they do, but they lose the puck there. Puck is controlled by a K-Wings defender back behind the net. He's looking to chip it up the boards. Gets it to Ari Wilkins on the low boards. Ari's looking to get it out. He chips it up, and it is into the neutral zone, but dumped back in by a by a Fox Motors defender back in the K-Wings zone, but it is controlled again by Drake Mormon. Drake is looking to push it up, and he doesn't, turns it over, but he chips it up. The Fox Motors player was looking to center. Nobody was there. Controlled now by the K-Wings out of the zone into the Fox Motors zone. Cycles it up to Josh. Josh tries to chip it down to Ari, but it is intercepted by a Fox Motors player. Good stick to keep the puck in the zone, but it comes out now, and the K-Wings are forced to retreat. A very, very, very bad time to try to do a defensive change, or I'm sorry, a forward change, as the puck was out of the zone, and they were trying to gain the zone, leads to a neutral zone faceoff. I think that one was just more bad timing than anything. Looked like the puck was going to come out. Looked like a good time to get some tired legs off the ice, but it turned right back over to the K-Wings, and the K-Wings tried to gain the zone and couldn't. Face-off won by the K-Wings, controlled by Drake Norman. Will McGurran along the boards now. Will gains his zone, chips it up. He's looking for somebody, but there's nothing but a sea of red jerseys around him. Turned over to Fox Motors. Fox Motors gains K-Wings zone. He's got a guy coming with him, but it is well defended. Turned back over to Fox Motor, looking for the centering pass. Can't get it. K-Wings defenders answer, and they come out with the puck. That's Renner Winsen who came up with the pile. Renner can't get it out there from a great defensive player, a great forecheck, I should say, by the Fox Motors player, but turned back over to the K-Wings. K-Wings gaining zone now. No help there, so he just dumps it in behind the net. Picked up by the Fox Motors player. Fox Motors looking, chips it up the boards. It looks like it's going to help. Turn right back over to the Fox Motors player. Then they successfully complete a pass now, and they're out through the neutral zone. They got a 3-on-2 rush now going, but a good back check makes it 3-on-3, now 3-on-4. Puck is pushed harmlessly into the corner.
where it is fought on by 2 KWings and 1 Fox Motor player. So, of course, the KWings players are going to come up with it. They look to exit. That's number 8, Austin Hook, skating with it now. Austin loses the puck, but it is going to go to Cooper Lesser. Cooper Lesser tips it back to a player, tips it back up to him, back into the Fox Motor zone, but it's controlled by Fox Motor. Cooper with a strong forward check, trying to force the end zone faceoff. It looks like he's going to come up with it. Oh, but they both go down. That's Austin Hook on the help, and he gets the puck now, but turns it right over to the Fox Motors player. Fox Motor player retreats back behind his own goal. He's looking for anybody to pass it to. Now he just tees one off to try to rip it out of the zone and get out of there, but it is picked up by Wimsett step, stuffs it back in. But now Fox Motor gets out, and they push it all the way down the ice. That one's going to go all the way for icing, though. Faceoff will be coming back all the way down to the Fox Motor zone. I believe it will be to the goalies, right? Faceoff looks like it will be to the goaltender's left. A little bit of confusion by Colin Klein there, who looked like he wanted to take the faceoff for Fox Motors, but now he's on the right side. Puck is dropped, and it is won by Fox Motors. Fox Motors tries to tip it up the ice, but a nice forward check by Noah Chavez. Noah Chavez picks the puck up, looks to gain the slot for the shot, but doesn't get it there. Chips it up to Austin Hook. Austin dumps it into the corner. He fights for it hard now. Turned over to Fox Motors, but a nice, strong forward check by Chavez to turn the puck back over. He looked to center the pass into the slot, but there was absolutely nobody there. Puck is loose now into the corner, fought on by Fox Motors. But a nice forward check again by the KWings player, turning over, and another centering attempt, but nobody was on the goal crease again. Noah Chavez was in the vicinity, but wasn't quite where that pass was. Puck comes out all the way down to the KWing zone now, picked up by Josh Van Epson. I did it again, Josh Van Epson. Josh tries to exit the zone, but fails to. He picks the puck back up, controls it. Now he's got it out in the neutral zone. Turned back over to a Fox Motors player, but he was about a mile offsides, and they had a player at their door, too, who was also 20 feet offsides. 20 viewers now. Everybody make sure to subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Put in the comments below if you like what's going on. Goalie change now for the KWings at the midpoint of this period. Brady Miney off. Taylor Pod in. Puck is dropped and is won by Fox Motors. Fox Motors gains the KWing zone, looks to chip it in. Puck is loose into the corner, picked up now by the Fox Motors player, chips it up to the board. Still controlled by Fox Motors players. They can't get it on the corner, though. Puck is picked up behind the net by Devin Purcell. Devin Purcell's looking to exit, trying to find any pass somewhere. He ends up turning over dangerously in a dangerous area. The Fox Motor players and shoots blocked. The shot never made it to the goalie. Great defense by the KWings. KWings now try to exit, but they can't. This shift is not going well for the KWings. It's going to turn over into a Fox Motors goal if they're not careful. Hard shot goes wide of the net. Picked up by Devin Purcell. Devin Purcell is looking for anybody to get up to. He chips it up to Ari Wilkins, but Ari turns it back over. He couldn't get the puck couldn't get there quick enough. Hard fight by Ari Wilkins. Gets it out to the neutral zone. Picked up by the KWings now into the Fox Motors zone, but not very deep. Oh, and it was skated through momentarily by the KWings, but turned back over to the Fox Motors team. Fox Motors exit their own zone now, gets it back to neutral ice. Dumped back in by the KWings. Absolutely nobody is there but Fox Motors players. He's got time, and he's looking to get it out of the zone. Tries to skate around one KWings player. Chips it up to his teammate, who chips out to the neutral zone, but it goes harmlessly to Drake Norman. Drake is looking to push it up to Ari Wilkins and does now. Ari with a nice move to get around the Fox defender and gains his own. Ari looking. Tried to pass it. He should have shot it. That pass was not there. There were two defenders between him. Ari, never the selfish, is great at. Oh, and a nice pass by Ari Wilkins right to a player, KWings player in the slot. I believe that was Jeremy. No, that was not Jeremy Pianta. That was number 13, Devin Purcell, who pushed it just wide. He was in a great place and got a great feed from Ari. Put a good shot on there, but pushed it just wide. Had the goalie beat if it was on net. Puck all the way down to the KWings zone now. Back behind the KWings goal. Picked up by a Fox Motor player. They chip it back behind the goal again. They're looking to set something up. Devin Purcell goes down there for the back check and knocks the puck away momentarily. But it's shot. Oh, man, that was a dangerous shot. Shot high and wide by number 17 on Fox Motors. That puck comes out to the neutral zone, though. And now Fox Motors after reset. That puck was about 2 inches from being a goal. They had the KWings goalie beat every single way. I don't know how he got that shot off. He did it while he was falling. Puck is loose now into the neutral zone, tipped along the boards. KWings players still fight for it. Picked up now by another KWings player who dumps it into the Fox Motors zone, but Fox Motors players are all over it. He thinks he has more time than he does, but he realizes it and turned it around, pushed it up the boards. Fox continues to shove it up the board, and it goes all the way out. Now, will that go past the goalie for icing? They call no icing. They said it could have been played. KWings controlled momentarily in their own zone, but they turned it over to Fox Motors. The Fox Motor player has a shot and a goal. That puck came loose right to a Fox Motors player who had a wide open shooting lane. And it looked like maybe Taylor Pod was looking over at the attacker that was to his left to see if somebody was going to cover him. And that shot surprised him. Center ice face-off coming now after the Fox Motors goal. Face-off is won and controlled by Colin Klein, but turned over to Fox Motors. Fox Motors gains the zone. Jeremy Pianta picks it up. He's skating back behind his zone. We're trading, looking. Can't find anybody to pass it to. Tries to chip it up the board. Doesn't get it very far. Skates through that defender, though, or that attacker, I should say, and continues to get up the board, but cannot get it out. Controlled now by Fox Motors. Turns it over to a player in the high slot. He's looking for something. He rips a shot. Nice save by Tyler Pod. That was a laser of a shot. Tyler had it the whole way and pushed it into the corner. Puck is fought on and loose now all the way up to the boards. The KWings are going to get it out of the zone. They're looking for somebody, looking for anybody to get it through the neutral zone too, but they're kind of fighting themselves on that one. And they eventually turn over to Fox Motors. Fox Motors looks to gain the KWing zone now, but the puck comes back into the neutral zone. Puck is still loose. Fox Motors retreat to try to regroup, tip it back up to center ice, and push it down the ice into the KWing zone. KWings control along the boards. Puck is loose now into the corner, back behind the goal line. Fought on there, loose in between the goal, picked up by the KWings. KWings chip it up the board. They got Brenton on the low boards, but he tried to turn it up ice, and there was a defender there. KWings control still low in their own zone, trying to find a way out, and they finally do. They get out to neutral zone momentarily, but then right back in. Should have been called offsides. Fox Motors had a player still retreating from the zone, but it did not get called. Shot now, gloved wide by Taylor Pod. Puck turned over to the KWings. Josh Vonnetzen is flying now, and he's got wheels. He's past everybody one-on-one with the goalie. Shot, and he gets, I don't know how that goalie made the save. He looked like he was beat every single way. I don't think he got very much of the puck, but he got enough of it to get out of the own goal. Now it's coming the other way, but it is picked up there by Alex Cannon. Cannon fights through loose pucks along the boards now, tips it up to his helper defenseman, but it's turned right back over dangerously in the KWing slot to a Fox Motors player, but then gets dumped down to the corner. He pushed it right to the goal crease, but it was turned over. Kane Taylor now on the attack. He gets taken down. No call though. Puck goes into the Fox Motor zone, all the way down behind their goal line, behind their goal now. Fox Motor looks to take it out. It is well defended by the KWings player though, but it does still get out to neutral zone. KWings have to exit to regroup, and they do, and they are back in the zone on the attack now. Kane Taylor picks the puck up. He's looking for somebody. Puck goes deep into the zone, into the corner, along the boards. Fought on there, and now out back to the neutral zone. KWings retreat. They're looking to get it right back in as quick as they can now. Ari Wilkins is very deep in the zone, though, and out late, but he got out now. Caden Taylor gains his own, looks, deeks, almost had the shot, and he got turned wide at the last second. 1:24 left in the second frame. KWings down 1-0. Puck is all the way down behind the KWings goal, picked up by the KWings. They're looking to exit and set something up. Skates around one player, tips it up to his forward. He's through the neutral zone looking for Ari Wilkins. Ari Wilkins was a step behind that pass, and when that puck goes all the way down to the corner. Puck is loose in the corner now, pushed up to the boards. Fought on, back loose again in the corner. Fought on. Puck comes out now to a Fox Motors player who is out of the zone into the neutral zone. He has a little bit of speed, but can he get around Alex Cannon? No, he can't. Cannon pushes him in the corner and forces the turnover. Puck is loose now in the corner and fought on there by a whole melee of players. Puck somehow comes out to what would have been a great pass to a Fox Motors player right in front of the goaltender, but he misses the pass. Will McGurran now gains his own and pushes the backhand onto the Fox Motors goalie. End zone faceoff will be to the Fox Motors goaltender's right. Won by the K-Wings, but fought on hard by the Fox Motors defender. Puck is loose around the boards, now down to the corner. K-Wings control, looking to set something up, cannot. Turns it over to the Fox Motor player who looks to exit. Chips it up the board and all the way out now. Bit of a rush now, 2-on-1, now 3-on-1. Now the defenders get back and even it out. Hard work by the Fox Motors players, but a good stick by the K-Wings defender. Stop that try. Josh Van Etzen is flying again. He's got Will McGurn with him. He looks, backhands behind the goal. Fox Motor recovers that missed shot, and the buzzer sounds. At the end of two, the away Fox Motors team has won. The home K-Wings are at 0. The first period was pretty evenly matched, maybe tilted a little bit in favor of the K-Wings. The second period was all Fox Motors. Going into the third period, the K-Wings are going to have to figure out if they're going to have a chance to win this game. They're going to have to figure out how to set up good scoring opportunities. They're gaining the zone and they're getting the pucks on net, but it's from bad angles. They have not been able to set up a lot of net, very little net front pressure this entire game so far, and that's what's hurting them right now. Whistle tells the K-Wings player to get off their goats and get into the game. Another goalie change. Brady Miney is going to start this third period. Taylor Pott to the bench. Colin Klein is going to take the opening faceoff for the period, and he loses it. But he fights hard for it and almost forces his own turnover. And now a turnover does happen. Offside is called. I thought we were going to get away with that one, but we did not. Neutral zone faceoff is going to be on the Fox Motors blue line to the Fox Motors left. Colin Klein wins it to himself, chips it in the zone, picked up by a Fox Motors player who chips it back out to the neutral zone. Controlled by the K-Wings up to No Chavez. No Chavez, one nice move, two nice moves. Puts a low shot on, but he pushes it wider than that. Puck is loose now up to a K-Wings defender who pushes it back in from the point. Oh, that puck is loose on the crease, and it is controlled by a Fox Motors player. A long, hard shot from wins it, goes all the way down to the goal where it was kicked away, loose for a moment, but then controlled. Fox Motors is all the way up into the exact attack zone now, but he turns it over once it retreats and gains the puck. He's looking to get it around, but there are too many attackers there, and he turns it over to him. Fox Motors pushes it down deep into the zone, but is picked up by a K-Wing defender. That is Josh Van Etzen. Josh is looking, and he retreats, and he's looking for somebody to pass to. The Fox Motors forecheck has picked up tremendously in the second and third period. I am sure glad we don't have a game tomorrow, because after coaching my daughter's team this morning and then calling this game this afternoon, I am as hoarse as I can be. Puck is loose and played up by the K-Wings and dumped into the Fox Motors zone. Picked up in the zone by Fox Motors, who tries to get it out. Ariana Strong forecheck, but Fox Motors gets around it. That is an obvious tripping call that is coming against the K-Wings defender. Puck is loose, passed over. Delay call. The goalie comes off for an extra attacker. It is touched up by a K-Wings player. And number 64, Alex Cannon, will go sit and think about what he did for a few minutes. .11:34 left to go in the third period. 2-minute tripping call. I'm sorry, that was not on Alex Cannon. That was on Caden Taylor. Tune face-off will be to the K-Wings goaltender's right. I'm not sure why, when the penalty happened on the opposing team's blue line, why that ensuing faceoff came all the way down in front of our goalie, but it did. Shot through traffic. Brady Miney with the answer, though. Puck is loose and played up along the boards. controlled by Fox Motors, but they cannot push it in any deeper, nor can the K-Wings get it out. Puck is loose now. K-Wings control. They should be able to get this one out. Looking, chips it up to the neutral zone. Looking for Ari Wilkins. Ari's on a break. Ari's going to go and gain his zone. Toe drags one player. He's looking for the shorthanded try, but a late stick stops him from getting the shot off. That was a bit of a bold move to have a cherry picker out when you were one man down, but it seemed to work, and they almost had the opportunity there. And then Fox Motors gets the rare power play icing call against them. Face-off coming all the way down to the Fox Motors goaltender's left. Looks like Will McGarn will be taking this draw. Will is normally a winger, but he is in for a center at this point. And Will, with a good effort, ties him up. Eventually won that face-off. Back to Alex Cannon. Alex Cannon tips it back up to him, and a scoring chance there, but it is sticked wide by a Fox Motors defender. Puck is loose and chipped all the way up ice. Is it going to come onside or on goal? And it does not, but no icing is called. Picked up and controlled there by Renner Winsett. Renner Winsett chips it up all the way to the neutral zone, where it's played by a Fox Motors player. They look to regain the zone and turn the attack back on. They do not have numbers with them, and that puck's not going to go very deep initially, but he gets through the first few defenders, but not through the last few. Alex Cannon picked the puck up, tipped it up the walls to his teammate, who chipped it all the way out of their zone into the neutral zone, where it's met by a Fox Motors player who turned it back into the K-Wing zone, but before his team had finished retreating for offsides. 10:15 left to go in the third period. 41 seconds left on this penalty kill. Still nobody has brought me a Red Bull vodka, so these penalty kill opportunities, sponsorship form is still open. If anybody wants to run up to Burdicks and get me a drink. Of course, I don't think anybody who's watching the game is actually here and not going to be able to help me. Face-off is won by the K-Wings, but it goes deep into their own zone. They are looking to get out and try to gain a little momentum out of this power play, and they do now. Push it all the way back to the neutral zone. Fox Motors retreats and resets. They are through the neutral zone and looking to gain the zone for the attack. They gain the zone momentarily, is met by a strong K-Wing defender. Puck is loose, and that is Noah Chavez is going to pick the puck up. He skates around a couple players. 2-on-2, shorthanded opportunity coming up. Noah's got a helper. I'm not sure who it is, but it was a great pass to jump it up to shot. Oh, just barely saved by the Fox Motors goalie. That was a smart play. I believe that is Austin Hook who came in with him. Noah Chavez chipped it right through the defender's leg, right to Austin Hook's stick. He tried to tip it over the goalie's shoulder, but didn't get all of it. Got barely enough of it to turn it away. The puck is still in play and continue to be fought on in the corner. Turned now up ice by Fox Motors. Fox Motors is out of their own zone and through neutral zone into the K-Wing zone, but they do not get very far as it's well defended again. K-Wings fight for the loose puck. It looks like they have it now. Oh, nope, turn back over to the Fox Motors. Fox Motors turns it back up to their defenseman, who dumps it back in the zone. Fans on that attempt. Good thing he fanned. Brady Miney was not set for that shot whatsoever. Bit of a lucky break on that one. Penalty is over. Teams are at full strength. Great penalty kill by the K-Wings. They had several shorthanded opportunities and didn't give up very many tries to Fox Motors. Hopefully they can build on that strong penalty kill and gain a little momentum. 8.5 left to go here in the third period. Neutral zone face-off on Fox Motors blue line to the goalie's left. Won by Fox Motors back into their zone, and they chip it back up to neutral zone. But it is met by a K-Wing defender who pushes it back up there into the attack zone now, trying to set up something desperately. Loses an edge, goes down, puck goes into the corner, picked up by a Fox Motor player, pushed to the other corner, picked up by Will McGarn into the corner. He's looking for the centering pass, can't get it through the Fox Motors defenders. He's down there by himself fighting two players. Somehow comes out with it and gets it to his teammate, who puts it on goal, but not very hard. Puck was loose, but the freezing whistle was blown, and then a little extracurricular, since the puck was loose, leads to a couple other whistles. Probably just be a stern talking to on this one. Ensuing face-off will be to the goaltender's left. Face-off won by Colin Klein to himself. Oh, and that puck is loose on the goal crease. Shot on save. Great back-to-back saves by the Fox Motors goalies. Keeps this game to a 1-0 advantage for Fox Motors. That was the KWings' probably best scoring chance yet. KWings turn the puck over, shot behind the net. Puck is loose, tipped back by the KWings, trying to get it back into the neutral zone. They have really turned the pressure on. If they stay pressing like this, they will find the back of the net here in short order. Puck is loose, picked behind the goal, picked up by Fox Morris, tipped up the board. Well defended by a KWings player, but it gets through. They are through neutral zone, and they have a 2-on-1 opportunity now. Now 2-on-2 by a great foul. Oh, he snuck that one on goal and almost surprised Brady Miney. Puck is out to the neutral zone where it was picked up now by the KWings. KWings look to gain the attack zone. Will McGarn, I don't think he realized he was across the blue line. Barely had to skate back over before the puck crossed, but he did. He was looking up the whole way and not at the line at all. I don't think he realized he was over. Puck is loose now, up ice. Will goes to crash the fight for it. He's not there in time. Back out to the neutral zone. Fox Motors controls along the neutral zone. Looking to chip it up ice. Spans on it. KWings gain the zone. They got a 2-on-2 try, but the puck is going to be pushed into the corner. Loose puck now to Josh Vanetsky. Josh Vanetsky, what was that call? They got a hook. It looks like it's on the KWings. It is on the KWings. That was away from the play, so I didn't see it happen. Now, that I believe, I can't tell who that is. Looked like he was wearing 17. There's no 17 on the roster. I'm assuming right now it's number 11. Nope, it's number 13. Devin Purcell. I think Devin took a little exception to the way he was getting treated in the corner along the board there and tried to get a little physical with that player. That didn't turn out well for him. Goalie change in the midst of all that. Brady Miney off the ice. Taylor Pod is on. Puck is behind Taylor Pod's goal. Controlled by the KWings. Chipped up. Loose now. Back controlled by the KWings. That is 66. Will McGarn. Nice move to chip it around the defender and gain the zone. There is no help coming for him, and they are on a penalty kill, though, so nothing will come of this play. Puck is loose into the corner, picked up by Fox Motors. Fox Motors dumps it up ice. Nobody's there. That may go all the way from icing. The ref has his hand up, and, touched at the last possible second by a KWings player to negate icing. I got to assume as much as that puck was slowing down, though, they would have waved it off as it could have easily been played. Centering pass from Ari Wilkins to Will McGarn. Will shot it, but pushed it a little bit wide. Ari and Will have played well early in the first few games we've had, and they're looking to connect again. Ari is looking, nobody there. Tips it around the net. Fox Motors control. Nice forward check by Will McGarn to get it off of the stick, but he regains control of it and is through into neutral zone. Chipped back into their own zone. Don't know how that one wasn't called offside. That was looked very much like it was chipped in by a Fox Motors player to me. And the Fox Motors retreating player was about 10 feet offsides. Play continues, however. Fox Motors gains our zone. Looking to set it up. Well defended. 3 defenders down there. Nobody's pressing it, though. They're trying to defend the pass, and nobody is pressing the puck handler. They need to go down there and aggravate him and force something off of him. What a save by Tyler Pod. Great pass from one side to the other. Tyler saw it coming. Had already slid into position. Had the shooter snake charmed. He pushed it right into him. 5:06 left to go in this game. 28 seconds left on the Devin Purcell penalty. End zone faceoff is won and controlled by the KWings. KWings tip it up the boards. They have got to start getting close to desperation time as opportunities have been few and far between. First, they need to kill the last 15 seconds of this penalty, though, and they're in their own zone fighting for it. They chip it up the boards, but that is where our player is out from. Fox Motors control still in our zone. Tips it in deeper. Nice centering pass, but a late stick by Renner Wimsett turns it away into the corner. And we are going to get another hooking call, I believe, against the K-Wings. As the Fox Motors player went down. Nope. That one might be coming. No, I can't tell who it is. Yeah, it was. That was against Renner Wimsett as he fought for that loose puck in the corner. The first penalty had expired, so they will go back to a 5-on-4 for another 2 minutes, which is very bad news as there's only 4.5 minutes left in this game, and the K-Wings have struggled to generate scoring opportunities. End zone faceoff will be to Taylor Pod's left. The draw is now won and controlled by Fox Motors, but turned over immediately to the K-Wing center. He is flying. He is going to go try to get all the way down there and look for this shorty. Nice dig, puts it on gold. Not much on it, though. Sticked into the corner and picked up by Booze. Puck is loose, pushed up the board now. Fought on. Still loose through the neutral zone. Fox Motors looking to gain the attack zone, but they cannot. Well defended by the K-Wings player. They try to push it back up ice and through the neutral zone, but they cannot get it through. Dumped in now by the Fox Motors player, but it was from the wrong side of center ice. So it will go all the way back down into the Fox Motors zone after the icing call. 3:57 left in the game, 1:25 left on the penalty. This faceoff will be in the Fox Motors zone to the Fox Motor goalie's left. Face-off won and controlled by Fox Motors. Fox Motors looks to get it out of their own zone, chips it up the board, and they are going to be out and through the neutral zone. It is picked up by a K-Wings player in the neutral zone. That was Caden Taylor, and he dumped it or turned it back in. I'm sorry, that was Alex Cannon who turned and dumped it back in. But it is still falling on through the neutral zone, still loose, comes back up with Fox Motors. Fox Motors dumps it into the K-Wings zone, this time on the correct side of center ice. And the K-Wings players pick it up loose into their own corner. They're looking to exit the zone, but it is met on. Oh, that was a risky play. That was a very risky play, and a big save by Taylor Pod. Alex Cannon had a pop fly coming to him, and instead of letting it fall to his feet and where he can play it with the stick, he tried to catch it and misplayed it, and it went right to a Fox Motors player in the slot who ripped one hard on Taylor Pod, but Taylor was alive and awake and looking for it. And here come Fox Motors back on another attack. Nice backhand shot and a nice glove save by Taylor Pod. That whistle will bring the face-off to Taylor Pod's right. 3:03 left in the game. 31 seconds left on the penalty. Face-off looked like it was initially going to be won by the K-Wings, but it is eventually won by Fox Motors. They control now. They got a small speedster right in the slot. Ripped one big blocker save by Taylor Pod. Taylor Pod coming up huge late here in the last minute of this game. Noah Chavez gains the zone, rips one, and popped over the goalie. Somehow does not go in. There was more players in that goal, Chris, and I think he fit. Fortunate for Fox Motors, there was more of them than there was of us. Penalty over now, even strength, 2:30. Interference call now. Looks to be against Fox Motors. Two and a half minutes left to go in this game. The K-Wings will have a one-man advantage for 2 minutes of them. Face-off won by Fox Motors. Back behind their own goal. The goalie came way out. He's very anxious. He wants to preserve this face-off or the shutout this win. Controlled now up to the point by the K-Wings. Shoots. Nobody's there. It's blocked. Fox Motors is coming out of the zone now, and they are looking to turn this attack up. They're looking for that shorthanded try and to put this game away. A 2-goal deficit this late would be at the end. They look for the centering pass. It's not there. That's got to be a tripping call. That does not get called. That was a blatant trip. Does not get called. It was on the opposite side of the net from where the goal or from where the referee was, so maybe he didn't see it. Puck is pushed back into the K-Wings zone, but controlled by the K-Wings. K-Wings chip it up. They are into the neutral zone, looking to get through the neutral zone and gain their zone. 1:46 now left in the game. Turned over in neutral zone to the Fox Motors player. That was offside. They cannot let that not get called. Puck is loose. Shot on now. It's blocked by a K-Wings defender. Wilman Garn fights through for the neutral zone, but he loses it. Noah Chavez is there. He picks the puck up, and he loses control of it. This time the offsides gets called, but it gets called against the K-Wings. Neutral zone face-off coming up. Dropped one by, that was won by Fox Motors, but it was one to where their player who was off the ice was. Picked up by Ari Wilkins, but he went in all sides. Face-off coming back to the exact same dot. Let's try it again. One forward by Fox Motors. He tried to blow through that Fox Motors center, tried to blow through our center, didn't get very far. Puck is into the Fox Motors zone now. Finally, with only 38 seconds left to go on the power play. It was not a very productive power play, and they're not getting very far in this one either. A tripping call now looks to be against the KWings. No, I take it back. That one will go against Fox Motors. The KWings will have a big advantage. 34 seconds of 5-on-3, and then they will go the rest of the way. They will go the rest of the way at a 5-on-4. I imagine they're pulling their goalie, and yes, now they are. They're going to be out there with 6 attackers to the Fox Motors 3 to start this period. I'm sorry, to start the last minute and 5 seconds of this period. Face-off won by the KWings, but it goes loose into the board. Turn shot on net. Let's go! I don't know who scored it or what happened. It looks like Ari Wilkins picked up the loose puck on the goal, right on the goal crease, and he blasted it in. This game is tied with 59.4 seconds left. The KWings celebrate. They got to be careful. Several of them jumped the boards. We don't need too many men on the ice penalty here. Tie game with just under a minute left. There was a high shot, and it was a melee on the goal crease. The KWings crashed and found the back of the net. KWings win the face-off. They still have a one-man advantage left to go. That should go the rest of the period if they don't win, if they don't score again. Fought on now. Puck is loose. Fought on. 40 seconds left to go. Puck goes back behind the net, chipped around the boards by Fox Motors, up to a KWings defender. He dumps it back in, but it goes harmlessly behind the net. Oh, the KWings almost had the game winner with 31 seconds left. Up to the defenseman now. He chips it back up to the board. KWings attacker, 61. Caden Tyler is looking. He can't find anybody. Puck is loose now. Oh, Austin Hook looks, can't get it through. Puck is controlled by Fox Motors, and they look to retreat. He tries to fire it down the ice, but he can't get it out. One last try for the KWings coming up. 7, 6, 5. That puck is controlled by Fox Motors, who's going to rip it up the boards harmlessly. That is going to expire the period before that puck gets all the way down there. This game will go as a tie since it is non-tournament, non-playoff game. There is no overtime in these. Great effort by the KWings to avoid the loss on that one. Fox Motors looks upset since they gave that one up late. Great penalty, great power play opportunity late. Excellent job by both teams. Well matched, even play. Great work by the KWings to get that late one and tie her up. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Pat Miney. Chris McGarn, but I can't say his last name right now. Will's mom was the cameraman today. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. I would say go Pirates, but they're getting killed. We will see you guys not tomorrow or next weekend. We don't have a game as of right now. If a game gets scheduled for next weekend, we will be live again. Thank you and good night.